night city council meeting in regards to a car show slated to take place at Bergman Park next month, plus the latest on a fatal crash involving a DOT vehicle in Chautauqua County.
Well, it's still going to be humid with a chance for a few showers. Then we'll see the remnants of Fred working our way up here. We'll talk about it next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
One person was killed following a crash with a New York State Department of Transportation maintenance vehicle on Interstate 90 yesterday. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. New York State Police Captain Eric Balin confirmed that the crash happened in the eastbound lane near mile marker 472. That's west of exit 59 around 1:30 Monday afternoon. A preliminary investigation at the scene revealed the SUV struck a thruway platform truck from behind. Thruway employees sustained minor injuries. The driver of the SUV suffered fatal injuries and police say was pronounced dead at the scene. A passenger in that car was airlifted via Mercy flight to Brooks Memorial Hospital with serious injuries. The left lane was closed between exit 59 Dunkirk and exit 60 Westfield for accident reconstruction. An hours-long plus conversation between those in support and opposition of the Los Contrincantes Car Club and Bike Cruise Car Show took center stage during the Jamestown City Council work session yesterday. As WNY News Now's Matt Hummel reports for us, the pushback against the show is citing noise and now COVID concerns.
After members of the council approved the original permit earlier this summer, several residents voiced their concerns to their respective representatives. One of those concerned residents, John Smith, addressed the council during its meeting. Smith explains his concerns stems from the potential noise that the event could produce during different activities.
Sound carries rather strangely in that neighborhood, and it does. You think something's not loud, but the sound does carry. And also, I think part of what people misunderstand or don't like is that this was originally approved on June 7th, and most people were not aware of it until August 2nd.
Jose Sanchez, the club leader and organizer of the show, spoke as to why the event would be important for the city of Jamestown as a whole. Sanchez details how the event isn't specifically about a competition. It's about giving back to the community.
And I'm starting to do this stuff for my community because I love my community. I was born here, I was raised here. Give us the chance. You can't judge us based on something we have not done yet.
City resident Doug Champ, who for years has been outspoken at city council meetings, he addressed the council and he says he's concerned with the size of the event due to the potential spread of the COVID-19 Delta variant.
And the COVID aspect, that's up for you to decide. You don't want to have a situation where somebody's going to point the city of Jamestown, well, they had an event, and then you do tracers on this, and the event indicates that some people got COVID because they came to Jamestown for this event. I hope that doesn't happen.
Esteban Cordova, owner of AJ's Custom Streetwear and member of the club, issued a rebuttal in regards to Champ's comments on COVID in the event.
Any one of us can get COVID right now. Okay? So just having the community outside. Any one of us right now can pass each other COVID, okay? Not only that, they're opening the schools back up in September for all the kids to go 100% back.
Marie Karuba, councilwoman from Ward 4, says that she is in opposition to the event being held at Bergman Park. That after she says many residents expressed concern. For WNY News Now, I'm Matt Hummel.
Matt, thank you. The show is tentatively scheduled to take place on September 18th. The council is expected to discuss and entertain a motion to potentially alter or revoke the permit during their voting session later this month. Well, Jamestown Public School is among 8 other districts across New York who are in line to receive state funding currently being withheld. The state's court appellate division back in May overturned a policy that education aid in the 8 districts provided students with a sound basic education. Now, at the time, the court noted that the 8 small city school districts lost a combined total of $1.1 billion in aid during the years reviewed by the court. Now, this past week, the court, in a unanimous ruling, denied the state's appeal case in what lawyers for the State Association of Small City School Districts are calling a win. The legal team furthers the ruling leaves the state with no option but to take steps to provide significant aid to the districts impacted, including Jamestown. Now, previously, the reduction in educational funding forced the district to cut staff and essential services. Well, as students get ready to head back to the classroom, AAA reminding you to be careful when traveling in school zones and near school buses. A pedestrian hit by a vehicle traveling at 20 miles an hour is about 2/3 less likely to be killed in comparison to a person hit by a vehicle traveling at 30 miles per hour, that according to AAA's Foundation for Traffic Safety. About 1 of 5 children, 14 and younger, who die in traffic crashes are pedestrians. AAA offers the following advice to drivers in school zones. First, be sure to plan ahead. Leave early for your destination and build in extra time for congestion. Next, ditch distractions. Research shows that taking your eyes off the road for just 2 seconds doubles the chances of a crash. And finally, stay alert. Don't rush in and out of driveways. Expect pedestrians on the sidewalk, especially around schools and in our neighborhoods. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments section down below. And while we have you, we want to introduce you to a new way to view our platform. It's easy and efficient. You can watch us right on your television 24/7 along with other great local programming here from Jamestown. Just search channel 716 on Roku TV today and be sure to add that channel to your lineup. Well, now let's switch gears and get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by with that. Hello, Mr. Hunter.
Hello, everybody. Hello to Justin and hello to all of you. I don't even know where I am on this Tuesday. So let's just get right into weather. Live look from the Randolph Beaches and Cream.
We just put you in front of the green wall and hope for the best.
Yeah,
right?
that's just the way it is. We just stand here and we just hope that what we say makes sense. 75 right now with a dew point of 69. The dew point is going to become the main driving weather factor for the next couple of days. And really throughout much of this week, the humidity has really came up once again. The satellite and radar composite shows you a few of those showers that move through pretty much by about 5 to 7 o'clock this morning. We had a little light rain showers that moved through. Otherwise, we're pretty much dry, but there's lots of cloud cover around, and that's not going anywhere for at least today. 73 was the high yesterday, started the day at 67, so a mild night. 91 and 40 are the record highs and lows for this day. So through the afternoon, quite humid, scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms possible through the afternoon. Otherwise overcast to mostly cloudy. 74 to 78 with a southwest wind. Now we are watching the remnants of Tropical Depression Fred, which will work its way up the northeast tomorrow. We may get some tropical moisture out of that. Plus, how warm is it going to be getting through the next 7? We'll talk about it in just a few minutes. Justin.
All right, you'll let us know as always, Dakota. Thank you. Got to say hello to Tina. Good afternoon to Aaron, Tom, and Wendy. Hopefully you all are having a great day. Correction, we were joking there. We actually do know what we're talking about most of the time, right, Dakota?
That's right. Most of the time.
New York State's Assembly Judiciary Committee is slated to release a final report in its impeachment investigation into Governor Andrew Cuomo. The news was announced in a joint statement by Speaker Carl Hastie and Chair Charles Levine yesterday. The group of lawmakers do not want to release information that would interfere with the various ongoing investigations, including the probe by the U.S. Attorney looking into the state's nursing home data and the AG's probe of the governor's memoir, along with local law enforcement from now 5 jurisdictions who are looking at the possibility of criminal incidents of sexual misconduct involving the governor. Now, Friday, Hastie's announced that the Assembly would suspend its impeachment investigation once Cuomo steps down. Well, Chris Cuomo telling CNN viewers last night that he wasn't an advisor to outgoing New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, rather saying he's his brother. He then detailed the advice he gave him, including to resign. Both the network and its CNN primetime host have faced criticism for their interactions with the older brother, who announced last week that he would resign following that AG report. Well, back from vacation for his first day on the air since Andrew Cuomo's announcement, Chris Cuomo yesterday addressed the issue for what he said would be the last time. Take a listen.
And when it happened, I tried to be there for my brother. I'm not an advisor. I'm a brother. I wasn't in control of anything. I was there to listen and offer my take. And my advice to my brother was simple and consistent. Own what you did. Tell people what you'll do to be better. Be contrite. And finally, accept that it doesn't matter what you intended. What matters is how your actions and words were perceived.
Chris Cuomo said he never reported on his brother's situation for CNN and never attempted to influence coverage by the situation of others at the network. Coming up, a lot more to tell you about this half hour. The latest following a jump in COVID-19 cases over the weekend here locally. And later, a downtown Jamestown restaurant changing hands, but not its family feel. We hear from the longtime owner and new management taking over the job. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Located along the Amish Trail, the Randolph Retail Company offers a variety of clothing, jewelry, and gifts for any occasion. Offering uptown merchandise at small-town prices, our locally owned business balances quality and value. With complimentary gift wrap here at the Randolph Retail Company, we pride ourselves in personal service. Check out our Facebook page or stop in today at 127 Main Street, Randolph, just a 20-minute drive from Jamestown.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
The number of new coronavirus cases increased over the weekend in Chautauqua County. This as the CDC maintains a substantial level of community transmission here locally. According to the County Health Department's COVID-19 dashboard, 49 new cases of the virus were reported from Friday through Sunday. Of the new cases, 25 are here in Jamestown. There are now 123 active cases countywide, with 5 people in the hospital. County health officials say the COVID-19 Delta variant is likely to blame for this uptick in activity. They continue to urge those not yet vaccinated to do so. So far, according to state vaccine totals, over 65,000 people have received at least one dose of the shot, making up just 50% of the county's total population. Well, the Biden administration is expected to advise that most Americans should get a COVID-19 booster shot 8 months after they've been fully vaccinated. That's according to 2 sources familiar with the discussions. One source saying the plan would involve administering 3rd shots beginning in September and is pending authorization from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The plan is still in the works, but it could be announced as soon as this week. Pfizer and BioNTech said yesterday they have submitted initial data to the FDA to support the use of booster doses for its COVID vaccines. Until now, federal health officials have said boosters are not needed by the general population. Well, President Biden is now defending his decision to withdraw U.S. forces from Afghanistan as the Taliban takeover incites fear and spawns chaos in that country. Isabel Rosales with the latest from Washington for us.
The truth is, this did unfold more quickly
than we had anticipated.
President Joe Biden admitting the collapse of Afghanistan happened rapidly, but standing squarely behind his decision to cease U.S. military operations.
I cannot and will not ask our troops to fight on endlessly in another country's civil war.
Biden blaming the Afghan government for not standing strong against the Taliban.
Afghanistan political leaders gave up and fled the country. The Afghan military collapsed, sometime without trying to fight.
Now, 20 years after U.S. forces launched Operation Enduring Freedom, the Taliban has taken back Afghanistan.
America already spent enough time in Afghanistan. They need to leave.
Spreading fear among the Afghan people.
Yesterday, I have lost everything. Like I don't feel secure in here.
Despite unverified reports, the Taliban has executed surrendering Afghan forces. A Taliban spokesman says Afghan civilians aren't in any danger.
We are assuring them that there will be no risk to their property, to their lives, to their honor.
The U.S. now racing to evacuate embassy personnel and Afghans who supported the mission of U.S. forces from the Kabul airport.
The time frame that we're on right now is to do that, complete that mission by August 31st.
In Washington, I'm Isabel Rosales.
Isabel, thank you. Facebook is reiterating its ban on accounts praising, supporting, or representing the Taliban. Now, the Taliban has taken control of Afghanistan, as mentioned, nearly 20 years after the U.S.-led forces removed them from power there. Facebook says its dangerous organization policies ban their content because it's sanctioned as a terrorist group. The U.S. hasn't fully designated them as a foreign terrorist organization, but it is on the Treasury Department's list of specifically designated global threats. Facebook's ban covers all of its platforms, which includes the WhatsApp and Instagram. The company saying it has a team of legal Afghan experts who speak local languages there to scan for content. YouTube and Twitter have yet to make any policies on Taliban content clear. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section down below. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Lisa, good to see Ted, Cindy, Willie, and Sue as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day. We thank you so much for joining us for WNY News Now. And maybe you're watching us live right now on channel 716 on Roku. It's so easy to stay up to date. Just simply search channel 716 on Roku TV devices. Subscribe not just to us, but other great local content coming that way too. So lots of excitement. We had a big meeting yesterday about this as we continue to push forward to develop some content. And we hinted before, you might see Dakota in other productions going forward.
Yes, because as you know, you can't get enough of me.
You can't get enough of Mr. Hunter. So.
No.
We love your forecasts, most of the time anyways. We're talking about that. We're like, everybody goes after the news people, right? Because they don't like what we have to say sometimes. But everybody loves the weather guy until you rain on our parade. And
well, you see,
thankfully that
we get hate when we blow a forecast or when it rains 5 minutes before we said it was going to rain or 5 minutes afterwards.
Right.
And you said, well, anyway, speaking of I said, let's take a look at the low temperatures from this morning. We started the day 67 here. It was another mild, well, it was a muggy start to the day here. 68 in Clymer, 69 in Fredonia, 70 in Dunkirk, 65 in Delavan. So it was a mild start to the day, and we're going to see these mild nights continuing here for at least the next several days. And we had some rain yesterday, or mainly last night. Well, yesterday, last night, and this morning. Here are some of the rainfall totals. Allegheny State Park over a half an inch there. Jamestown a little more than 3/10 of an inch. DeWittville also the same thing there. And Mayville a little more than 3/10 of an inch as well. So again, we're going to see some more rain coming on in as we go throughout the next several days. And part of it's going to be tropical tomorrow, but some of it's also just going to be just regular old scattered showers coming our way. 73 as a noon hour right now at the airport. South wind of 8, and the dew point up there at 69. So you're starting to feel the mugginess once again in the air, and you're going to be feeling it throughout much of this week. In fact, here's the muggy meter where it's going. It's staying in this muggy category through today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Basically, rinse and repeat when it comes to the humidity. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. But something we are keeping an eye on is the remnants of Tropical Depression Fred, and wanted to show you this because this is a wider view of future scan, and it really does show you kind of what we're looking at. So here's where Fred is right now, near Birmingham, and then that's going to be moving on up towards the northeast here, and let's put this into motion, and you'll see that this moves just like this. And then notice that that outer band of Tropical Depression Fred, it's now going to be a remnant low. It's not going to be a depression, it's going to be a remnant low. But notice how the remnant low actually starts to throw some moisture our way. This is through the day tomorrow, so we'll see on again, off again, tropical showers, and maybe some thunderstorms as well. Understand, tropical rain is different than normal rain in the fact that it tends to be heavier, so we may see some heavy rain showers through the day tomorrow, and then as the remnant low actually gets gobbled up by a frontal system, we'll ultimately see that tapering off by the time we go into Thursday. So the forecast for tonight, 64 in the valleys to around 70 at the Lake Erie shoreline, mild and muggy, a few showers, maybe a storm or two with a light south wind. Now, the next 7 days of your life are coming up on the screen. 79 tomorrow. We'll see that piece of Tropical Storm Fred. Then more showers on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Just a rinse and repeat forecast, and it will still be muggy. We'll take a break. Be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind: to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the Southern Tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Many longtime family businesses have permanently closed because of the owner's retirement. That was going to be the case at Lissandro's restaurant in downtown Jamestown, but someone came forward to keep the popular spot open, someone who's as close to family as can be. John Last with our news partner WNY News Now has the story in his segment, The Last Word.
Some traditions you hope never end, like coming to Lissandro's restaurant in Jamestown, New York. It's the oldest restaurant in downtown Jamestown, and it's been owned by a member of the Lissandro family since 1954. Longtime owner John Lissandro has had enough. COVID-19 restrictions limited his seating and his staff for most of last year. Even after the restrictions, he was working in the kitchen 6 to 7 days a week.
and I need to get out. I'm getting too old to keep this pace up. And my wife, she retired 2 years ago, so I got to do everything now in the kitchen.
John's retirement would mean the end of an era in downtown Jamestown. Lysandro's restaurant was founded by John's father in 1954. John was washing dishes here at age 13. He's now 72. He and his wife took over the restaurant from his father in the mid-70s.
And then in 1975, I got married, and that was our wedding gift. He gave us the restaurant and all the hours that go with it.
The restaurant has quite a history, but Lysandro's will go on despite John's retirement. Patty Larson has decided to buy the business. She has worked here for 29 years. She's not a Lysandro, but she knows everything about this place.
Well, usually when people start coming through the door, I've got their food on the grill already because I know what they eat every day, know what they drink, know their name. It's like being at home, really.
Whether it's the owner, the staff, or the customers, everyone feels at home at Lysandro's. Another employee has been here for 19 years. The dishwasher has been here 15 years. The restaurant will still be like a family. Hey, even John might come back to work on weekends this winter.
We haven't discussed salary yet, but we'll see what happens.
With the last word in Jamestown, John Last, Erie News Now.
Looks good, John. Thank you. The purchase of Lysandro's became official last Friday. The name of the restaurant is not changing. Certainly, we wish him well in his retirement, and we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section down below. Donna says he will be missed, but hopefully he certainly enjoys his retirement, getting lots of love from Carolyn as well. And boy, they are definitely a staple when you think of food in downtown Jamestown.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Lysandro's has definitely been one of those restaurants that has just been a staple here for so many years. And what's interesting is, wasn't it one of the other restaurants in that block when they had a fire? I think it was
the pub.
When the pub had a fire, I think it was 10 or so years ago. It damaged part of the Lysandro's restaurant, and they were able to, do all the repairs and get it back up and going.
And COVID was the biggest monkey wrench for so many restaurants, and it's incredible to see them going and even going strong now with John retiring and his new blood, but really not new blood. It seems like she's been there for quite some time, and I can't wait to see what else they dish up. My favorite Lysandro's memory ever, while I'm thinking about it, was actually a few years ago. Following election night, we go out for breakfast, and this is coming off of like a almost 24-hour day for some of our reporters. At like 4 in the morning, we go down there, and really incredible. Great food, and then after that, I just sleep for hours.
Well, hey, in the Deep South, after you work a long shift, you go to the Waffle House.
Right.
In Jamestown, you go to Lysandro's after you work a long shift.
If it's early enough, that is your dinner is the breakfast. Well, let's get a final look at that 7-day weather forecast, Dakota. And really the story, it seems like the heat and humidity, it's back.
Yeah, it's mainly that humidity, and really it's basically just a rinse and repeat forecast. Scattered showers, a few storms at times. The humidity is going to stay in play through the weekend, but understand, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, neither of those 3 days is going to be a washout, but you will be dodging some drops at times, Justin.
Of course, anytime you need to stay updated, I know things do change pretty quickly. You can follow Dakota on social media at HuntersWX, First Defense Weather on Facebook, and of course on our website we have full forecasts. Details there for everybody as well. Dakota, thank you. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. And a little shameless promotion. Every time I say this, they give me a piece of candy. No. Download the Channel 716. They do. I love Twix. Channel 716 app on Roku when you have a chance. Well, here's a live look over Randolph. Have a great day. Stay dry out there, especially tomorrow. We'll see you back here live at noon.